That's the depths. That's the hell realm. So it's a condition, a mental condition. He made the first 7 rulers to reign in the 7 spheres of heaven. He made the next 5 rulers to reign in the 5 depths of the abyss. So the 5 rulers is the 5 senses. Hedonism. He shared a portion of his fire with them, but shared none of the power of light he had received from his mother. So he's kept it for himself. That's the God of this world. He is ignorant darkness. When the light mingled into the darkness shone. When the darkness mixed with the light diminished. No longer light nor darkness, but dim. This dim ruler has 3 names. Yaldabaoth is the first, Saklas is the second, and Samael is the third. He is blasphemous through his faultlessness. He said, I am God, and there is no God but me. Since he didn't know where his own power originated. He created 7 authorities for themselves. Each of these authorities created 6 demons apiece. There came to be 365 demons altogether. Oh, it's the year. Here are the 7 authorities' names and physical forms. First, Athoth with a sheep's face. Second, Elios with a donkey's face. The third, Astaphaeos with a hyena's face. The fourth is Yao with the face of a 7-headed snake. And fifth, Sabaoth, who has the face of a dragon. And sixth, Adonai, whose face is that of a monkey. And seventh, Sabateos, with a face of flame and fire. These are the 7 of the week. These authorities rule the world. Yaldabaoth has many faces, more than all that have been listed, so he can convey any face he wants to the seraphim around him. And the seraphim are a part of the structure of the brain, and they cover the Ark of the Covenant, which is where the pineal gland is. So basically, these many faces it's discussing the people that are driven by their ego, that are loving the illusion of separation, the ones that are willfully ignorant. Yaldabaoth shared his fire with his seraphim, but he gave them none of his pure light, although he ruled them by virtue of the power and glory of the light he had received from his mother. But remember, earlier on in the text, he was separated from his mother. She hid him. He's a beast. Doesn't want the gods to look at him. The crippled infant that's brought shame onto the family. Therefore he called himself God and defied his place of origin. So he doesn't know his mother. So he's an orphan. Doesn't know his father. He's a bastard. An orphan. He united his thoughts' 7-fold powers with the authorities who accompanied him. He spoke and it happened. He named those 7-fold powers, starting with the highest one. Goodness paired with the first, Athoth. Providence paired with the second, Elioeus. Divinity paired with the third, Astaphios. Lordship paired with the fourth, Yao. And in all this text, this is the first time the word Lord has appeared. Kingdom paired with the 5th, Sabaoth. Zeal paired with the 6th, Adonai. The word Adonai is Hebrew, also means Lord. Understanding paired with the 7th, Sabateos. Each has its own realm modeled on the higher realms, and each new realm refers to the glory in heavens, so that Yaldabaoth's demons might be destroyed. The demons' own names given by Yaldabaoth are mighty names, but the power's names reflecting the glory above will bring about the demons' destruction and remove their power. That is why each has two names. That's why all the systems that are in place are falling apart. And that's why government are scrabbling to control everything and everybody. People are beginning to wake up to the ridiculous games that are being played. Yaldabaoth modelled his creation on the pattern of the original realms above him, so that he might be just like the indestructible realms. Not that he has ever seen the indestructible ones, rather the power in him deriving from his mother made him aware of the pattern of the cosmos above. When he gazed upon his creation surrounding him, he said to his host of demons, the ones who had come forth out of him, I am jealous. I am a jealous God, and there is no God but me. But by doing this, he admitted to his demons that there is indeed another God, for if there were no other God, whom would he be possibly jealous of? His mother began to move back and forth, because she had become aware that she now lacked light, for her brightness had dimmed. Because they're supposed to be married, the child and the mother and they're supposed to be one, or like the bride and the groom. And that brightness is dimming. You can see it dimming in the world today. The shit show is falling apart at the seams. Since her consort had not approved of her actions, she grew darker, the whore of Babylon. And this is why meditation is so important. Cleaning the house is so important. This is explaining people's psychological makeup, the state that they are currently in, the mental condition. I said, Master, what does it mean she moved back and forth? He laughed, saying, it's not as Moses said, upon the waters, not at all. Alternating current, back and forth. It's not a direct current, because she's separated. She created without the Father's approval, and he's direct current. When she saw the evil that had taken place and the theft of light that her son had committed, she repented. In the darkness of ignorance, she began to forget. She began to be ashamed, but she could not yet return above. Yet she began to move, and so she moved back and forth. A bit like the Apostle Paul, isn't it? Go and read some of his stuff. Backwards and forwards, circular reasoning. No directness. You want to experience that? Go into church and start asking questions and watch them go backwards and forwards with their circular logic. Because they are children of the whore of Babylon. They are the children of Yaldabaoth. That's why Jesus said to the Pharisees, you do not go within yourselves, and you prevent those that would from doing so, and you make them 10 times the children of Satan than you are. The arrogant one removed power from his mother, for he was ignorant. He thought no one existed except for his mother. He saw the host of demons he had created, and he had a demon a demon backward is no med, so no middle. So if you have no middle, you have no equity, no balance. So that individual is a worker of inequity. And this is why Jesus said, get away from me, you workers of inequity. and he elevated himself above them. But when the mother realized that that miscarriage was so imperfect, she came to realize that her consort had not approved. She repented and wept furiously. And this is an individual who goes through the dark night of the soul. And because the subconscious mind is then imprinting onto the ego intellect that everything's wrong, everything's a mess, everything's all fucked up. And that's when the journey starts. That it's not the beginning, but it's where the journey starts. It's where the person starts to look within. That's where everything happens. Nothing happens out there. It all happens in here. All of the divine realms heard her repentant prayer. They sought blessing for her from the invisible Virgin Spirit. The Spirit consented. He poured the Holy Spirit over her, brought forth from the whole full realm. Her consort did not come down to her on his own, but he came through the whole full realm to restore her to her original condition. Again, sleeping beauty, waking up from her sleep, realizing what she's done, and then repenting and being perfect. She was elevated above her son, but she was not restored to her original realm. She would remain in the ninth sphere until she was fully restored. So my subconscious mind is in the ninth sphere, and she influences me, and we have a dance. She never makes me feel guilty, never makes me feel shame. All of that's been taken away. Sure, I get sad, I get annoyed, I still have all those things, but shame and guilt, no. And the restoration comes on the Great Reset. For those that are thinking, why hasn't it been restored? That's what we're waiting for. The will of the Father? What is the will of the Father? Get it? The next one is Humanity Begins, and that's about halfway through. Take care, folks.